Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. Happy October to all of you. It feel like I've been away for a minute and I'm okay with that. I've been okay with that. I I always said it and I've said it in previous videos. Sometimes you just need to take a break, a mental break. These YouTube streets have been rather busy anyway, whether I was here or not. And I needed that. I needed it. And I'm glad that I did it because I am coming back feeling like rejuvenated and just ready to just talk. I came on here, I feel like it's been almost 3 weeks ago or something along those lines, and told you guys what had been going on. I mean, of course, work keeps me pretty busy. My child is remote learning, but also we had to put down our dog. You know, my kids grew up with my dog, and she got really, really sick to the point that it wasn't an option to me at that point. We had to do it, and it was devastating. And if you have a pet, you have a dog, pets are family. They're family. And so I felt like I was putting down a family member. I technically did. And that was hurtful. And so I just been quiet. I've been just rather quiet, and that's how I wanted it to be. I still been all over social media. I've been on social media just being a casual observer. I just didn't feel like sitting down and pressing record. It just wasn't in me. And, considering this isn't my bread and butter, I enjoy doing this, but this isn't something like, oh, I got to get this video out because this is how, it's not. It's a great hobby. I love it. I make a little yang, just enough to pay maybe a light bill, a gas bill maybe. But, it ain't enough for me to be like, oh, I got to sit down and I got to do this because this is how I eat. It's just something I like to do. All right. And so because I like to do it and I don't feel obligated to do it, I can step away when I feel like it. Right. In the meantime, I have been just chilling, catching up on TV. Finally got around to watching P-Valley. I love it. I love it. Little Murder, Uncle Clifford, motherfucking Cena. I just love the show. I just love that show. I was just watching it again last night. But yeah, it's, I'm back here. And even though I know that stories have come and gone and people have talked about it, I just don't necessarily feel the rush to just like, oh, I got to get this out. I got to get this out anymore. We can certainly talk about some stuff. Right? Because at the end of the day, there's always content. There's always a story or a discussion that could be had, even if something has gone on, came and went. In the age of social media, things probably don't last no more than about 24, 48 hours tops, right? But you can still have conversations about these very things. And so I want to start today. Now, listen, some of y'all going to probably get triggered. And it is what it is. I have learned that no matter what you say, no matter where you stand, I could get on here and say that I have the cure for cancer. I have cured cancer, and there will be still somebody that said, bitch, you didn't, and it is what it is. So you have to just stand in what you believe and let the chips fall where they may. And like I said, I get that. I get that now. I had time to think about that. No matter what you say, no matter what side you on, it is what it is. Now, I have been sitting back and observing, and I've done a few videos actually on this whole situation, but I've been sitting back and observing things that have been happening over the last couple of months with this whole situation with Meg and Tory Lanez. First things first, I like Meg the Stallion. Okay, I can name her songs. I think she's, I just like her. I do. I ain't no stan. I'm never that. Now Tory Lanez, I can't sit here and tell you I can name one song about him. But this conversation that I'm going to have is, I'm going to attempt to not be biased here because I think it's been too much of that. Honestly, I have sat and watched all this shit play out. Every little bit of it play out. And first things first, I find it unfair that people can't have opinions without being accused of being hating black women. I just don't like that take on it. I've watched it, and I've watched people get attacked, and I'm just like, that doesn't mean that people hate black women because they may have questions concerning a situation that they feel like they know. I mean, everybody been turned into investigators, CSI, lawyers, all this other shit, right? But that don't mean that you hate black women because you may have some questions about the situation. I said it in my previous video when it came to Meg that I think something happened to her. I do. I absolutely think something happened to Meg. But Meg and Meg's team did not do her any favors when she started to come out and say certain things. Because at the end of the day, while I think that something absolutely happened to this woman, I believe that this woman was traumatized that evening. I also think that her recollection or story of such thing or what happened has been altered over and over and over again. Like I said, I absolutely think she got shot, but I just think that she didn't do herself any favors, and Rock Nation didn't do her any favors by controlling the narrative of such, because now it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And hearing people like, oh, well, y'all just don't believe black women, protect black women. Well, here's the thing. It's not even about that for me. It's not, because I just told you I like Meg. But I can't help but to sit here and listen to all the stuff that she has said. And even for myself, I'm like, well, that 2 + 2 ain't 5, man. Like, that don't make sense. You said that is why sometimes you just got to shut the hell up. This new generation, they just got to hop on social media and say a whole lot of shit. And I think if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. Now, I think, like I said, something happened. Something absolutely happened to this young lady. But I also feel like I can sit here and say, well, she didn't share everything because something don't make sense. Now there's people who, they ride for Tory Lanez. And they absolutely believe, he sit here with his music and said, well, no, it didn't happen like that. I didn't do nothing to her. I didn't do that. So you have two completely different takes on something that actually did happen that night. Right? And it's just like, what the hell is really happening here? But what I don't like, and again, that's what I said, I'm not going to sit here and just ride for one or the other here. But what I don't like is the fact that if you sit here and just have some questions like, okay, I know something happened to this young lady. I believe something happened to this young lady, but this don't make sense. Now all of a sudden you just hate black women. And that's kind of where I want to kind of take this conversation and not necessarily stay on Meg and stay on Tory, all the bullshit that's been coming out, him saying that Rock Nation has been bullying him. I'm inclined to believe that because I believe that they be pulling strings behind the scenes. They'll say his Beg's camp or somebody saying that he said Dan's bitch as he was shooting at her feet like he Yosemite Sam. It's just all kinds of foolishness. It's just a mess. But again, I want to step away from that conversation. And I absolutely wish Meg well. I'm glad that things didn't get worse. I still stand by what I said the first time I talked about this is that, listen, I ain't about to protect nobody who hurt me. You hurt me and I'm not protecting you. And I stand on that. I absolutely stand on that. And that's it. But let's move away from that. What I don't like, what I've been seeing, what I absolutely hate as far as the situation is concerned, and situations attached to this situation, is that everybody wants to use Breonna Taylor's name to make a point and trying to conflate the issues. Yes, it is true that black women are not believed and never given the benefit of the doubt. I believe that, right? Breonna Taylor was killed by a system. She was killed by a bunch of dirty ass cops, but she was also killed by a system that was never designed to protect her. And I would have been shocked if they were indicted for her murder. That would have just been shocking to me, and I'm sure to a lot of you. But we're not going to conflate the two. I'm just not going to do that. Meg had an opportunity. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it for a second. Meg had an opportunity to actually, because of her privilege, because of the nature of it, because of her, her public persona, because people know her visibility, she did have an opportunity to actually get justice for herself if that is something that she wanted to do. She did. It's different, so let's not conflate them. Was she treated poorly by a lot of people that came out and was like saying, yeah, I think she absolutely was treated poorly. 50 Cent, Cameron did some stupid shit and said some stupid shit. All of that is true. But again, I don't like the just conflating, like, oh, Breonna Taylor. Every time something comes, Breonna Taylor. And people use Breonna Taylor like, okay, like it's a weapon. That was a real person that had parents, that had family, that was tragically murdered. Stop using her to hide behind, and all of them been doing it. Not her, all of them included and attached to this situation have been using Breonna Taylor's name, and I don't like that. I don't like it. And I think people need to stop doing it. Every time some shit happens and something go down and you think something not fair, you want to say, remember Breonna Taylor. Listen, this woman's not a meme. And I just don't like that. And hide behind it if you want to make the point that people don't protect black women or protect black women. Stop doing, I just don't like it. I absolutely don't like it. And honestly, that's how I feel. And it is what it is. You're not going to change my mind about that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I get up off of here, because I don't want it to go too long, is as I observe what's been happening with Meg and the whole protect black women thing, I find myself just looking at how hypocritical folks are when it comes to who they choose to protect and who they don't choose to protect, right? So with Meg, it's protect black women. Y'all just say y'all hate black women and go. And I just found myself saying to myself, but y'all pick and choose what black women to protect. Because are not the blogs full of people, every time somebody posts somebody on there, whether it's Nikki, Lil' Kim, whoever they put on there, people are tearing them apart. People are tearing them up in those comments. So you got to make up your mind. Is it protecting the black women that we like and the hell with everybody else? Or it is a general protect black women? I recall Nicki Minaj coming out and saying that she was allegedly abused by Meek Mill. And ain't shit happened to Meek Mill about that. Matter of fact, people was saying that Nicki was lying. But now it's protect Meg Thee Stallion because we like her. There have been allegations. Let's go all the way back. Let's go back to Robin Givens. Now, people didn't like Robin Givens. I even had she's such a bitch. I didn't know nothing about this woman, but somehow all of us kind of was fed this narrative that she must be a bitch. She's a terrible woman. She's a gold digger, this and this. And she was getting her ass beat by her husband at the time, Mike Tyson. Didn't nobody protect her. So the point I'm making is we didn't like her, so we didn't feel the need that she should have been protected. So the point here is we are choosy about who we choose to protect as far as black women. You have the qualifications is you have to like her in order for her to be protected. And if we don't like her, we're not going to protect her. You know how ridiculous that is? But it's true. It is true. So you got to decide, we got to decide as a public, as a community, are we protecting all of them or just some of them that we actually like? Because that's bullshit. And you see it, and I saw it. I see it in this situation. You only protect the ones that you like. And if you don't like them, I don't care if she a baby mama, if she just a rapper baby mama, I don't care who she is. I see people dragging black women every day on these YouTube streets. I've probably done dragged a few. I'll sit there and say that. I see them dragging on the blogs. And again, it's about who's likable. You don't drag the ones you like. Now, let's look at the other side of this. Tory Lanez. Again, I couldn't tell you one Tory Lanez song, not one bit. And the court of public opinion has decided they're going to cancel him, or so I thought. Technically, he's not, right? And people are making people feel bad by saying, listen, let's wait and let's see what's happening, like da. But what celebrity black man do you know has been, like, I don't know, successfully canceled? Right? Chris Brown still got a career. Maybe it certainly was altered, but people still love him. Hell, R. Kelly people was out there protesting. Maybe it was just 9 of them, but they was just out here protesting for the man. Free R. Kelly. So I'm just saying, you know, I find it a little hypocritical that, you know, I just find it hypocritical. It's just, and not to say that you can't cancel somebody that you deem not worthy to get your coins anymore. I get that. But I can't cancel nobody that I want to listen to in the first place. So I can't cancel that man. I don't know that man like that. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend that I listen to him like that. I don't. And so if you listened to him before, you were a fan in the past, and you feel like, yes, he did do something to Meg, you have every right to be like, you know what, I don't want to rock with you like that. But again, I just find that I ain't seen no man, no black man, because that's all I'm thinking about in this scenario here, that has been successfully canceled. And they have done some dirty shit out here. 50 Cent should have been canceled ages ago. R. Kelly, people still can't decide if they want to rock with R. Kelly or not. So I just don't see it happening, right? So, in conclusion, you know, I wish well for the people involved in this situation. Meg lost a friend, Kelsey lost a friend, and Meg. Some shit went down between them. Me personally, I think that Meg actually snaked Kelsey. Okay, so if you can sleep with your friends, who your friend was sleeping with behind her back, isn't it possible that you could, in fact, not always tell the truth? I mean, that's just something to think about. But again, that doesn't negate what Meg has said happened to her. I won't negate any of that. I'm just saying that don't beat up on people who may have questions. That's kind of like the whole theme of this. Don't beat up on people and say that they hate black women simply because everything that they have observed and seen may leave questions, right? I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. And as I stated as well, please note that not all black women are protected. Only the ones that you deem likable are protected, because there have been things over the years that have happened to black women, and we have, including myself, I'm guilty of it too, have chosen not to always believe them because we didn't like them. And we have to at least acknowledge that to be a fact here. Is that Meg, I mean, her comments are in shambles, though. I'm just going to say it like that. But people are more inclined to believe somebody that they like. And if they don't like them, then the shit didn't happen. And these black men get to go on with their lives and do whatever they were doing. Okay? Like I said, case in point, Nicki Minaj. Okay? Case in point, Robin Givens. I can go on. Chrisette Michelle. It's a ton of people that have been canceled. Black women that have been dragged and canceled just because you didn't like what they did or you didn't like something about them. Right? So that's all my take on it. I'm going to get into some other things and I want to talk about this whole Lisa Randa Brat little thing. I thought that was kind of like funny and interesting to talk about. It's some other stuff. I want to talk about Vanessa Bryant's mama going on Telemundo or Univision. That's interesting as well. There's a shitload of things I want to talk about to y'all, okay? But I got to get out of here and go to work. So I just wanted to check in with y'all. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you guys for leaving those great messages under my last video. And I will definitely see you guys in the near future. I am not going anywhere for a minute. I'm going to be on here a little bit more than I was. Okay. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great day and see you guys on the next video. Take care, y'all.